Hello everyone, how you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. It has been a little while. So yes, today I just wanted to come to leave a little message and maybe a little piece of this and that for what is coming on this channel. I just got to realize that actually we should never neglect anything. It can be overwhelming when you feel like you have to drawn your interest on everything and that you should never throw anything in the bin, because even certain thing that was told to us, I say it's 10,000 times that 99% of things that we were told were lies. But that doesn't mean that you have to discard everything. It means that you have to take that whatever they gave you, do your own work, and then make some comparison, and then yourself, through you and everything else, you will know what to pick and what to leave. So it's very, very important to do the work like that. It doesn't mean that you have to take everything at once and compare it and do research. No, it just means that you have to pay attention to everything. When you hear something, and that you are some type of you're like there's something about it, because you hear some information all day. We hear information all day, we receive information. There'll be that one thing that will remain with you, like in your mind. You can't get rid of it. When it's like that, then you need to pay attention into it and you have to look into it. Where am I going with this? I'm going with this. Sometimes I have so many things to say that, or sometimes I might be like all over the place. What I was saying is that I want to start telling more stories, more scary stories that's outside Africa and outside the black world, if I must say. Because I got to realize that when you take stories from Haiti, for example, you take story from some place in the West Indies, you take story from Africa that are quite similar, that are quite like the same type of entities, the same type of thing. Whether it's water spirit, whether it's land spirit, forest spirit, whether it's those things, they seem to be similar. But then when you take things from like South America, or things from like Arab country, Muslim country, is completely different. And I have so many stories that are took place in Arab countries, and these are what I want to start treating a little bit more in this country, because all those things are important. They're important because this allows us to understand. So yes, so for example, we take when we talk about witches. We talk about witches in Africa. A witch basically will be somebody who do astral traveling, astral projection. And during that time, I'm not saying everybody will do astral projection is a bad person, but some people who are able to do astral projection are kind of like manipulating these things to kind of like get to do what they need to do. So you will see people who are when they talking to you about what is witchcraft in Africa, is basically a congregation of people who go together at night, who travel at night, take shapeshifter, they take different form, animals, whatever, and they meet in specific place where they talk about stuff. And the main thing about this, the congregation is about destroying, actually. So it's mostly about each one of them who's part of that congregation, first of all, need to be giving once a year one family member, so they will eat you in the spirit, and you will die physically after some time in different ways. And so that's basically what they're doing. And so when they have chosen one, if they decide that it's you that are going to eat this time around, people will see you walk and you look as human, but they will change you into some different specific type of animals. It can be a chicken, it can be a goat, it can be whatever. That's how they will change you into that spiritually, and they will tie you up somewhere. And that's how it basically happen. And the main job is really to destroy. Actually, they don't make it, there's nothing positive that come out of it. It's just to destroy. If they see somebody who is successful, that might rub them the wrong way. Might find a way to get rid of you. They so powerful that they can just get rid of. No, they cannot. There's some type of people that they cannot touch. They can't touch specific type of people. And that's just what it is. If you want me to develop that further, just let me know. But when you see the bad view witches in Arab Muslim country, is completely different. A witch doctor is similar in some way, because it's always about destroying people's life most of the time, but the process is different. Because in Arab countries, for example, if a woman, let's say a woman is married, and like it's often the case in Muslim country, family live in the big houses where all the children who are getting married male, they will be living in the same building, and they might have some type of their own I have to say that the own apartment, but will be part of the family building. And when they get married, the wife will be living with them, but they're still part of all those things. So some women might feel, for example, that the husband, the mother of the husband, have too much influence on the son life, and because of that, there's certain things that they cannot do. They might decide to go and see the wizard, the witch doctor, to tell them, I want my husband to be this way or this way, so that it will be easier to control. So the witch doctor will tell them, okay, you bring me something that belongs to your husband. They will work on whatever object that the woman has brought for them. I say woman, they can also be men. It's just one example that come often. That's why I want to explain based on that. And then he will work on that specific object that belongs to the husband, and in return will give the woman something in powder or in liquid to say make sure that your husband ingest this. So you can put that in the tea or in the food. So once the husband ingests this, so I mean that even if there's many people sitting on the table when this is ingested, it's only the person that it's only the person who injected those things that will be affected. So the main thing is for the husband, less the husband to be more how to say more submissive, if you can say it like that, who will let the wife do whatever they want to do. So once the husband ingest these things, it will start changing. So if he had a job, he's still going to be going to work, but he will become more withdrawn. He will become funny. So the main thing, to resume it, the main thing is that actually whatever the person ingests that look like a powder or liquid is basically a spirit, or many spirit that the person is ingesting. And once the person ingests those things take place in the inside their body, and these are things that will start behaving like them, would have been them. The real personality of the person now is kind of like suppressed, and not what take over now is a spirit that take over, and that will start acting exactly the way that the woman wanted it to be. Submissive. It will not complain if she goes out and that she doesn't come on time. It will not complain whatever she does. Obviously, if the husband is not complaining, it's not the family generally who will complain. The family will wait for the husband to make something a problem for them to come in. But if the husband is not the husband is not complaining, so the family are first. So the family will just be in the background, looking, observing, seeing what is happening. And generally, obviously, you will see if your brother, your son, you will see that they're not themselves. You will see that they're changing, and they will become more and more withdrawn when most of the time they only want to stay in dark places. And normally, if the family is very, very alert, they will see that there's a problem. So obviously, they will take you to the hospital. They take you to the hospital. Obviously, in the hospital, will never see anything. It's the same thing in Africa. When somebody has been taking witchcraft, they can take you into the best hospital. They will never see anything. Most of the time, what they might find is that you are anemic. So mean that your blood, you don't have much blood in your body. That's the main thing that they might see. So in Arab country, obviously they'll take you to the hospital, they will tell you there's nothing wrong with you. Now, once again, the family is alert, the family will quickly take you to they will call an imam. The imam will come, and the imam by reading the Quran, or by reciting the Quran, the spirit will start manifesting on the person. And some imam might be powerful enough to be able to get the spirit out of the person's body. Some might not. In many cases, almost 50-50 people they lose their life. People end up gone. So because that thing will take over you bit by bit, to the extent that you won't be able to eat anymore, you won't be able to do anything anymore. You will become like you just become like it won't be you anymore. And those stories of things taking over people, there are so many of them in Arab country. And I want to start illustrating to you. But like I said, this is another part of the puzzle, that when you start listening and you start seeing how things are different, you start analyzing things, you start understanding a lot of things from a lot of things that we were not told, or a lot of things that they lied to us about. So that's why I want to start kind of like illustrating a bit more on those stories here in this channel. There's still going to be story from Africa, but I want to be telling those stories too. And if you pay attention, you will see that he actually teaches you a lot of things. You understand a lot of things better.